So Senator Manchin says, I've been straightforward about my concerns that I will not support a reconciliation package that expands social programs and irresponsibly adds to our nearly $29 trillion in debt that no one seems to care about. Well, first, Senator, the reconciliation package is virtually all social programs because I'm going to put the climate change spending in that category. And the IRS expansion is related to that. It's about shaking down Americans to pay for those social programs.
Instead of looking at actual solutions for climate problems and the production of CO2 gases with coal-fired power plants. No. We're not going to talk about nuclear. No, nuclear is mean and evil and dirty.
What about natural gas? We're the Saudi Arabia of natural gas. But we're working overtime to shut it down. So, Manchin called a press conference yesterday afternoon to enumerate his position. So, this is what Representative Cori Bush, you know her, she's like a new member of the squad from the great state of Missouri. And I'm quoting, Senator Manchin's opposition to the Build Back Better Act is anti-black, anti-child, anti-woman, and anti-immigrant. Is anyone surprised? When you cannot win, and even the American people, even on the Democrat side, they're pretty skeptical about this deal because they're experiencing what we all are. Inflation, the high cost of fuel and energy, shortages of products, critical race theory being rammed down the throats of our children in schools, etc. And this is what they're worried about. So, what does she do? She just takes the default Democrat position. You're misogynist, you're racist, you're homophobic, blah, 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 right? That's what that means. Just because you're concerned about potential dire economic impact of spending $12 trillion. You can't do that. So if you just challenge things on the basis of just fiscal responsibility and vetting legislation to just know, as you said, Rhino, what the hell's in it, you're a racist. And you know what happens is you just diluted any chance you had of trying to call attention to true, legitimate discrimination, which they can't find. You saw this report, Ibram Kendi, you know who he is. He's essentially a paid race pimp at the end of the day. Professor, where does he teach? Boston or something like that. Anyhow, he's one of the main proponents of critical race theory at all levels of education and society. He's a Marxist at the end of the day. And so you saw this report where there was a bunch of white kids that were trying to get in schools and they lied essentially about their race and their ethnicity. And he calls attention in his Twitter to the fact that 3/4 of them got accepted. Now, this is the same guy that says, oh, no, these minorities are being oppressed. These people, these student applicants lied about their physical characteristics to gain admission. And you know what he did? Deleted his tweet. He just proved he's a fraud. He's a phony. And the sad thing is, institutions, school districts, etc., colleges, they're paying this guy a bunch of money. And while Terry McAuliffe in Virginia is running around telling Virginians, oh, no, we're not teaching critical race theory, it was pretty easy. Some inquisitive people went to the Department of Ed's website at Virginia and discovered that they demand that they teach it. Not only are they suggesting it, they're demanding it. And required reading is Kendi's books and papers. He's the biggest race pimp in the country. I know I'm getting fired up here. This just pisses me off. You're a fraud. You're a hypocrite. Why are we paying these people money to peddle that garbage? Get out of the classroom. Let kids be kids. Teach them math. Teach them skills that will make them productive adults. Teach them to love this country, not hate it. That's not productive. Listen to Condoleezza Rice and her instruction, her advice.